Hello. Ah! Yes, I forgot that I did that. No. Get rid of that. You gonna capture farm sim at some point maybe? Oh, I gotta turn that one on. There we go. That was what? I'm pretty sure I forgot to save the other day when I rage quit the stream. Unless I'm completely forgetting what was being done. No, I straight up forgot to save when I rage quit. Good. It sounded like a boat noise. You guys going crazy? Hey, Reese the Gamer. Did just open your phone keyboard just then? A fart? It's odd. Why did I rage quit? Because my internet was ass. It was terrible on the other day. But I seem to have got it solved today, which is nice. Windows smash sniper? How are you hearing things? Drew and Pow, are you both going crazy? You're hearing boats and windows breaking. I wasn't able to shoot. No. Maybe. Yeah, I think they might have a second tab open with some weird noises playing. Ducks? What the hell? Oh god, now Alex is hearing weird noises? You guys are going crazy. You guys are absolutely going crazy. Like, I'm not hearing any of those. It's the stream. It's not the stream! If it was the stream, I'd be hearing them. Soundboard? I don't have a soundboard, Chris. There were no noises. Are you come on, stop the trolling. You can stop trying to troll me now. I know there was. I was playing them off the soundboard. Thank you very much for the €10 though, dude. It's much appreciated.
There's...
That sounded like the text-to-speech just burped. Spread the money out. Oh, dude, you... Dude. No, because stop throwing your money at me, dude. Chrome Baler and John Deere one. Do you know, I never liked those balers, Drew. Never got on well with them. Got on well with... Get... Never liked them. That's what I mean. Hey, Stig. Nothing against our arm team, I just didn't like the balers. They didn't particularly work very well, for me at least. In fact, they were the origins of the bale cannon. The Chrome one, that was the bale cannon. Hey, Maddie. And Elvacity as well. So what did you guys think of the fact sheets today? And the little video giants put along with it. Obviously everybody had their own little take on the video, but what do you guys think of the equipment? You know, seeing the fact sheet, seeing it in action, whatnot. Was there anything you liked, anything you didn't like? Because I can tell you something that I didn't like. But I want your guys' thoughts first. I'm amazed it's taken custom modding this long to really ramp up the making of mods for 19. Because, like, custom's a good... I don't know if custom modding is a good group or good person. I'm not sure. But they're, like, they make good mods. The poly counts tend to be a bit questionable at times. Farm manager, new farmer, it depends on what you want to go with, Stig. I always say new farmer if you're on a mod map because you get the yards. I need an orange baler. I probably do. I kind of like having the bright orange John Deere on the Massey baler. So something that Landy noticed last night, he said in his fact sheets video, which you may or may not have seen. So I'm going to parrot his point, I'm going to steal it. The Torion sounds were not a Torion. So the sounds on the big wheel loader were horrendously wrong. Like, they weren't even close. I don't know what the sounds were from, but I can tell you they weren't from a Torion. Because it sounded like an old tractor as opposed to a quite large bit of heavy machinery. I hope those sounds were a placeholder because they're so very wrong that yeah. Hey Oxy, that new map of yours, Oxy. Oh my god, that looks stunning, dude. When does the DLC drop? Is it 2 weeks from Tuesday? 2-3 weeks from Tuesday, the 22nd? So, I'm looking forward to getting it. Bear in mind those videos might not have been recorded very soon, or very recently. Amazing what a new coat of paint does. Well, also more about the terrain. Like I said, I usually have the camera pointed down so I can't see the sky too much. I will say, looks like my internet issues have been resolved for today at least. Because I have dropped 0 frames. Hope Giants focus on gameplay in 21. They need to. Look, straight up, they need to. Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin' is coming to PC, and I'm pretty sure this is a bit where we're all supposed to pretend to be shocked, because there were so many leaks and rumors that it's not really a surprise. It like the leaks and rumors and jokes about it got to the point where I put the picture Rockstar put out into the group chat with Landy and Sim, and Landy's first reaction was, "Is that even official?" Or now it was, "How official is that?" And my response was, "Official. It's from Rockstar's Twitter." But like it was bound to come out, and it's gonna be probably a rip-off, frankly, and I probably won't get it immediately. I might get it eventually just for some rootin' tootin' cowboy shooting. But still. It's November 5th that's coming to PC, Martin. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I can be bothered with it. Like, I like cowboys, but I don't like them enough to pay $70 or $80 for one, for a cowboy game. November 5th on their launch, or December for Steam launch. I mean, if you got GTA 5, you've got their launcher. It's just better on console. I mean, it's the same game on PC. Nah, I don't like shooters anymore. This is the big problem, is I just don't find shooters all that fun. I find GTA Online really fun, because I usually play it with Simulate, and every time he goes into a building, he comes out and his car mysteriously has 4 flat tires. My gun has 4 fewer bullets. Odd coincidences. I think Call of Duty was best off when it was like a World War II kind of city clearing game. That was really cool. But they've kind of gone way beyond what it was. Same with Battlefield. Battlefield was best when it was like very multiplayer focused. No, Diversity GTA. I don't find the storyline all that fun, and GTA Online is not fun. Oh my god. Me and Sim did a 25-minute long race the other day. It was our first time in online in a long time. 25 minutes, and he won and got 10 grand, and that was it. When half an hour before that we went into the casino, I went in with $500 and walked out with 60,000. Leading him to question whether or not I actually knew how to play blackjack, and me saying no, I just guessed. I'm gonna wager that Oxy's plan is to get into 19 if he can. Hey, Macaulay. Gonna bet that Oxy's plan is to get it into 19. Kept getting 21. I only got 21 once. I just kept betting everything. Like, Sim was there betting 100 at a time and losing, and I just kept betting literally everything I had. Six. No, if you watch the video from Flight Chops on it, because Squirrel annoys me and I'm not sure why. I don't find his content all that fun. B. Does it auto-select what bail type? No. How do you change the bail type? Is it Z? How to change bail type? Am I truck orange? No, it's pink. Like, this says it takes... I have to buy another trailer. Well, let's get rid of the one that I have, then. And we will get a new one. Oh, I see. Bear with while I call this thing up. Yes. Standard with Michelin's. Thank you, Drew. Gonna leave me in the background, start cleaning before the missus gets home. Fair enough, Maddie. Let's go up and grab the new bale trailer then. By the way, Dalvasity, the reason that I'm not turning this to orange, I might in November, but for October I'm using anything that can be made pink, I'm turning it pink. For breast cancer awareness. It's a thing that I do every October. It used to be the case that I'd reskin stuff, but now I'm just using the color selection to make things pink. Because I don't want to have like DDS textures anywhere, if I can avoid it. They've raised $20,000 for charity already. Sweet. I'm gonna be honest. I probably won't buy the SCS pink skins. Not because I don't like them, but because, like, I worked it out, and of the €2 that I'd spend, €1.40 would actually go to charity. Because Steam takes 30%. So, a lot less than you'd expect would actually go to cancer charities from that. Thank you for the $4, Drew. Kind of curious how text-to-speech is going to handle that. It'll go through eventually. There we go. Pink bale wrapper? Pink's already option.
There's a pink fluffy unicorn.
Pink is already an option for bale wrap. That's totally a vanilla option. Actually, I can show you. This has pink wrap. Don't think Giants realized why there was an option of pink wrap, but or when they initially did, but yeah, there's pink wrap, so I'm quite pleased. This is the month where the pink is not so much of a joke anymore. Text-to-speech said it? It did. I'm kind of amazed, and it worked fairly well. Sometimes it does weird things with words. There we go. Bales are in the correct transporting position. Hey, Mossy, how you doing today, dude? You didn't even know that I existed? There you go. It's not me, Alex. I am far worse than that. Come on. Here we go. I'm gonna sell these because I have no need for them. $9 for that load of bales. That's not bad. Got the junior cert results? How badly did you do? I'm of course kidding about you doing badly, hope you did well. Transport position, operating position. There we go. I'm gonna get a good bit of money together today. I'm not sure what the next job actually is. I've not particularly planned anything out. Does this hold 18 bales? 20. 20 of the big boys. So you might have spotted that I actually got rid of the one that can hold the, I guess, standard in-game bales? The more normal ones that you'd expect for in-game. I'm not going to be making any more of those because the Hestons now work and they're much more efficient for, like, taking up space. New crown rake on the motto of this 19 meters. I have seen that. Never been a big fan of the huge mungus rakes, to be honest. I always prefer the twin rotor ones. That's why I like almost always go for a twin rotor rake on any given map. You did a thing. What did you do, Sim? What did you break? Also, have you seen Idiots yet? Have you had a look at Idiots yet today? Everyone sees a gate. Dave drives through the hedge regardless. Is that not the correct way to do things? I have crashed. One of them sitting on your desk talking to yourself while driving virtual tractor things. I regret to inform everyone that the world may in fact be ending. Simulate has recorded a video. Also, Sim, check Idiots. A thing was announced today. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Oh, now I've got to back in again to bop this. Alley-oop. You're welcome for that news, Sim. One video then goes MIA for another few months. Yeah, possibly. Sim's too used to what we say in the completely uncensored group chat on Facebook. I enjoyed Landy's reaction, to be fair. It's like, how official is that? All the bloomin' rumours for the last 6 or so months. Hello, Simul 9 Gaming. For however long Simulate wants you to stay here, I guess. Them shark cards? Yeah. It's part of the reason I don't want it is like Rockstar clearly just... That's not Rockstar's fault, but you know, Rockstar are going to be the guys facing the brunt of this. They're the guys that just... They don't want a good game anymore. They want money, 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 money. Endless money through shark cards. Why be upset? I'll be surprised if we don't. It's looking increasingly like we won't have a Class Rake or a Tether. Which is definitely a missed opportunity. But there are probably some good reasons why. Like, I would imagine there's a couple of reasons why Class are putting in certain equipment and not others. Is this live? No, this was recorded 3 weeks ago. Rockstar said there won't be single player DLC for Red Dead. Excuse me, rootin' tootin' cowboy shooting. Or TCBS. What's the reason? I don't know. I'm just certain there's a good one. That's better, Yanis. I am adamantly of the opinion that Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin' is by far a better name than Red Dead Redemption. Like, you can rattle off Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin'. Red Dead Redemption, you gotta slow down and say that. Fence exists. Dave must hit. Grand Theft Cowboy. I still prefer Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin'. It's got a much better ring to it. I'm probably not, like, with how GTA 5 is gone now, I don't think I don't think GTA has much faith, or I've got much faith left in Rockstar to bring out a quality game on PC. I'd be glad to be proven wrong, but they've already said there won't be a single player DLC. And there's going to be an online. It means it's going to go basically the same way as GTA 5. And yeah. Hayden, did you say hello to Simulate and not me again? Where'd I get this? Giant's Mod Hub. There was an update to the Bale Semi-Trailer pack that put in Heston auto-loading. Wasn't GTA 5 launched mess on PC? I can't remember GTA 5 launched on PC. Hey, Blurred. Blurred, just so you know, when was it? Wednesday? Thursday? No. Was it the last time I tried streaming this? It would have been Wednesday. I was complaining about lag. It was internet lag. It wasn't something the beta was causing. Beta works fine. My PC's overbuilt for Farm Sim 19. Hey, in. So that's that done. Do we have the doobly-doo? How's the, Oh! Oh, I made a horrendous mistake. We do have some corn to cut, so let's do that. To completely, ignore the problem that I created. Where's the harvester? Do I have head tracking? Yes. Am I using it right now? No. Have I got it in any way set up at the moment? No. Do I know where my clip is? Yes. Is it in my room? I don't think so. I think I might have left it downstairs. By the way, Simulate, if you're still here, the clip arrived today. So that's going to be something I can sort out early next week. Because today I want to play some Flight Sim after the stream, just chill out. Tomorrow I want to get under my desk sorted. Was Lorenzo bad and tip? Nah, barely anything, but I was basically asleep yesterday, so streaming wasn't a good idea. Hey, VF. Streaming wasn't a good idea yesterday because I was not awake. Even when I went to bed, I said I didn't really wake up at all today. Starting from scratch series 1? I mean, I don't do that series. That's VF's thing. Hope you're not asking him about one of his series in one of my streams, because that's very disrespectful to him during his chill time and me during my stream. Also, I do need to do a little something before we get going on the corn harvest. Because I remembered something. I don't know from scratch. No, I like the yards the modders make too much. Like, they put time and effort into the yards. I'm not gonna basically delete them for the sake of doing a series. If other people want to do that, that's fine, but that's not how I enjoy the game. I've got plans for a video series. Spoiler alert, it won't be for a little while. I have plans to bring some videos back. I think this is color selectable. No, not you. Not you, you. Oh, it's not. Oh, never mind. I put in some buildings to tweak maps to suit what I want better, but I'm not the kind of person that's going to rip out yards that, you know, mappers spent time doing. And I can't be bothered going into G to make my own maps. Just for that. What do I think of Consden? You asking me that, Adibu? Because I have no idea what you're asking about. Oh, is that MJ's new map? I haven't actually looked at anything to do with it yet. That's gonna be a map I'll probably check out myself, so I'm probably not gonna watch any preview stuff. Do I watch Drama Alert? No, I actually have some standards on what I watch, believe it or not. Oh, it's Oxy's new? Oh, I've had a look at that. I've seen the pictures for that. Because I know MJ's working on a new map as well. Yeah, the pictures of Oxy's new map are stunning. I'm looking forward to that one. Whenever that ends up being. Have I played Lone Oak 19 yet? Hayden? Hayden, do yourself a favor. And just click on Rainbow Dead Gaming, click on my channel, and look at what I streamed on Tuesday. In the nicest way possible. Please check out like my recent videos, if you're gonna ask about maps that are current, relatively current. But I am looking forward to a few maps. Camden obviously being one of them. Dusty's new map, Bessie Beneath, that looks stunning too. I love it when Dusty does a good map, and this one looks like his best yet. No, don't say that, Farming Boy, that's mean. But Bessie Beneath from Dusty Dave looks to be his best map yet. I'm looking forward to that. I've got ideas. It's already doing some talking. Tom X's map is amazing. It's really good. I never liked Naveswell, but I didn't notice that Naveswell was actually the full top right corner of the map. What else is coming soon? MJ's new map is coming as well. Haven't looked at that. I'll probably check that out myself on stream someday. I have faith that it'll be good, because MJ is pretty good at the old map making. Nathan has a new version of Meadowgrove still in the works, I think. New shiny knives. Are they like shiny knives, but shinier? The Millennium Farm map as well, yeah. I'm not really looking for... I don't watch Millennium Farmer, so I'm not looking forward to that map. Willing to be surprised by it though. Willing to like give it a go. If there's... Well, if I don't watch Millennium Farmer, that's a sin. I mean, I'm in one of those phases where like 90% of the content that I watch now outside of streaming is flight sim stuff. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, part of the reason I'm not all that interested in Millennium Farmer's map is because the people making it don't exactly have a stellar track record of making good maps. Same with Black Sheep maps, like they don't have... Black Sheep doesn't have a great record of making maps. People like them still, I'm not gonna knock them, but the track record isn't great. I haven't actually watched many of those, Eddie Boo. I've been mainly watching, like Flight Deck to Sim, the stream yesterday that I was chilling out in. I tend to flit around different flight sim guys. I don't like Captain Canada though, for anybody interested in what's on the record. The Walker Farms map, which I'm honestly gonna blame like more so on the terrain, but it was their decision to do it, so it's to a certain extent their fault for choosing an area that doesn't translate well into the game. They did a map in FS17, I think it was, that just was a hot mess of problems. A British map that I don't think ever saw the light of day. But they're guys that make good models. They used to have some really good mappers with them, but not so much now. Lagging again today? Nope. My internet issues have been all solved, so if there's lag, it's probably on your end. It's the bugs. Oh, is it buggy as hell? Oh dear. Skeleton Farm, that was a hot mess, frankly. What did Black Sheep do? It's not that Black Sheep's maps are bad, because I'm sure somebody's going to say that I said that. I don't like the style he goes with for maps, just personal preference. And I think that his actual like vehicle and equipment mods are far superior, and like that's where I feel. So yeah, that was the charity map, and it didn't make me feel very charitable. But Black Sheep's far better like vehicle and equipment mods. He is like, I cannot knock his equipment and vehicles. There's some issues with them, sure, but they're usually stuff that I like. If I don't like them, it's just personal preference, not liking the specific machine. But the maps, I guess it's still personal preference, but they never agree with me. They're too. I don't even know what to say, like how to describe what I feel about them. I just don't like them. They're too cartoony in a way, too unbelievable, too samey as well. Like they all feel like variations on one map. And I'm sure some people like that, but that's not for me. There we go. Getting some corn in. What's the terrain situation like? Borderline drought. Water Prior Sale uploaded a new video. Yes, they have the really wonky looking class. Is it an Axion TerraTrack? The Axion 960 TerraTrack? That looks weird. Like, I get what class we're doing with it. Design-wise, they've just basically taken the TerraTrack off a combine and made it smaller, and put it on the back of a tractor. But it looks weird and wrong, and I dislike it. Also, I'd just like to point out that was a sick drift. Kansai Drifto. And I am now running in the 90s. I'm feeling a bit of deja vu. Water Priory have some pretty dope machines, yeah. Also, I think this John Deere has 2 flat tires, because that is some extreme tire deformation going on. Might go for Midnight Tofu. Yeah. Might transport a few glasses of water, you know, and maybe some ramen. Surprisingly easy to kick this thing into a drift, actually. It's a no from me as well, Yanis. I get what they're doing, doesn't mean I have to like it. Hey, Stu. I'm doing good, at least. How are you? Can't speak for everybody, but I'm feeling good. Had some lovely sandwiches for breakfast, and a cup of coffee, and I'm having some water now, and I'm having stew for dinner. Beef stew. The thing in John Deere DLC is in the works. Will they be focusing on seasons for console? Seasons for console is a problem for Realismus, so Giants won't need to focus on that. John Deere DLC, I would be shocked if there wasn't a John Deere DLC. It's easy money. I mean, people want more John Deere in the game. They're probably willing to pay for it. And yeah, I'm being cynical in saying it this way, but if people are willing to pay for it, why not sell it? The question is, what would be in that John Deere DLC? Because personally, I'd love it to be some classics. I'd love it to be like a 7810. Maybe an older combine, some older, you know, seeding and groundwork equipment. Maybe a couple of old mowers. Like a classic Deere DLC would be beautiful. Semi-modern? I'd go for like classics or modern classics. Or if you're going modern, like the gigantic stuff, the big stuff, like the forage harvester and stuff. Hopefully you'll be starting your YouTube channel soon. Matty, word of advice, get used to the programs that you downloaded. Because I've been getting used to PaintShop Pro for editing thumbnails and stuff, and it's surprisingly powerful. A bit more of a faff than Photoshop at times, but I can do most of the stuff that I want to. 7530? It's Modern Classic. Modern Classic going on Modern. I mean, it's not new, but it's modern era, and it's a classic really, so Modern Classic. But I'd love to see like vintage Deere stuff. Like Farm Sim is very heavily biased as a game towards much bigger equipment. And I feel like it's biased too far to the big. I'd like to see more small to medium sized equipment coming in. What about 3350? I don't know John Deere's at all, Eddie Boo. I'm not an avid follower, I'm afraid. But I'd like to see some smaller stuff. But the problem with the smaller stuff is there's no real way to play with that in the game, because as I said, the game is biased towards getting ever bigger equipment. Like if this is one of the reasons I want orchard farming to come in, because that would suit smaller equipment. You could, like the biggest orchard stuff you could get. You know, you could run a farm that's all orchards, and you wouldn't need to get gigantic equipment. And I know the vintage won't happen, but I can still want it. I can make unrealistic demands and be upset that they aren't being met. That's how like 90% of the farm sim community operates. It's like me being upset that there's no Cougar announced for Platinum. Sure, it was unrealistic, sure it was never going to be in, but that doesn't mean I can't be disappointed. What on a duty round baler mower, square baler rakes? I don't know what John Deere equipment I'd like. Like, for me, it's always going to be vintage and classic stuff. That's where I think the best designs are for any brand. I definitely wouldn't want the new... Is it the 7 or... Is the Stealth tractor now? Like, I've seen some new John Deere designs and they are horrifically bad. Like, it's just angles for the sake of angles, and it looks angry, but not... like, not in a good way. Like, I always feel like Fendt looks angry, but it's aggressive angry. The John Deere stuff just looks... It looks like it was designed by the same guy that designed the Batmobile in Dark Knight. Like, just some guy with a ruler and not much else. Because it's all straight lines and there's no... I feel like there's no thought gone into those designs when they're all just like straight line here, straight line there, straight line everywhere. Where's the thought? Where's the patience? Where's the love? Where's the contrast to the angular nature? Like it kind of feels like when I see like an all angular design, I feel like the designer started a conversation, never really finished it. Whereas something like CR1090, there's some very angular bits in the design here, but then it's... Actually, I can show you. Like, this angle here is very sharp. The angle here and here very sharp. And again here and up here. But it's all counteracted by the round aspects of the remainder that kind of complement the angles and point them out a bit more. Whereas in some of the more modern angular designs, it's just somebody designed a box and just kept adding lines to the box until it was no longer a box. Yeah, I'd be fine if the John Deere DLC was just American equipment. Just the American style stuff that's already in the game, and maybe a few extras. As long as it's not as specialized as the Cotton DLC. Because I feel the Cotton DLC was too specialized for its own good. That's why it's not the most popular DLC. I always feel like the best DLCs have equipment that you can use in a lot of situations, like Class DLC. I feel like that's a good DLC because it's mainly tractors and like harvesters and stuff. Sure, the harvesters are specialized, but you can use them on most maps. A cotton picker, if you don't like cotton, yeah, the Cotton DLC, if you don't like cotton, there's no reason to buy that DLC. Anderson DLC was good because it had a bit of something for everybody. It had a bit of equipment for doing poplars, which, you know, poplars are poplars. But it wasn't so specialized to poplars that if you don't like doing poplars, there's no reason to get it because you've got the bale trailers, which, in my opinion, are some of the best that have been in Farm Sim. And then you got the feed mixer as well, which is really good. I think it's one of the nicest that's been in the game. I tend to pick that whenever I can. But the Cotton DLC was just a cotton harvester and 2 lizard trailers that didn't really need to be in the DLC, and a couple, like, there was only one John Deere branded thing, the rest was all, I think, lizard. Or, yeah, for the most part it was John Deere and lizard. That's not a good DLC. If you gotta prop stuff up with lizard, then it's not a great DLC. Like, Class DLC stands up by itself because it's probably going to be all class equipment. I think there's still a surprise hidden away that hasn't been announced yet. I am willing to bet Giants haven't shown their full hand for the DLC just yet. And there is more that they're keeping a secret. And that they will keep a secret until the DLC is out and about. But I think there's a bit more than they've announced there. Going off literally zero information and the fact that Giants like hiding things away in the big release. big releases, I should say, Platinum, the Metal Edition and the main game release, there's usually one or two things that Giants didn't announce that are quite sizable in terms of like interest. With John Deere put more in game, that's what we were talking about earlier, Drew. Myself and VF, I think everybody's kind of half expecting the final DLC, because we're expecting one more after Platinum to be John Deere. We have no information saying that. Giants haven't said anything, but we're expecting a John Deere DLC. Hey Brendan, how's it going today, dude? So if we're wrong, don't say, oh, but you said there would be. No, you said that we figured, we thought there would be. Same way that I thought class wouldn't come till 21. Oops, I was wrong there. Or that lovely old one that has been brought up surprisingly little, but I did say in FS17, John Deere will never come to Farm Sim. Well, I was wrong. I'm doing good, thanks, Brandon. More than happy to be wrong about brands coming to Farm Sim. I don't think it matters what brands come in 21, though, because I think 21 needs to be more gameplay. It's all speculation. It's, you know, it's like saying Formula 1 is good, you know, I figure Formula 1 is going to legalize having 10 wheels on a car in 2027. What basis do I have for making that decision? Absolutely none. But it's a decision I've made, is Formula 1 will decide that 10 wheels are legal in 2021 and 8-wheel drive is going to be the way forward. It's not going to happen, but it's speculation. I'm hoping the same, Adibu. I'm hoping Giants have a huge gameplay change lined up for 21 that can be their selling point. And I think, again, speculation, I think 21 is going to be the game where Seasons goes into the base game. Because the way Seasons works now is much more similar to how the base game functions. How much of things do we have? 110,000 litres of wheat, 75,000 of barley, 130 of oats, 80 of canola, 43,000 of wheat, and 11 or 12,000 of the rest. I love being wrong when I'm guessing. I love being wrong about Farm Sim, because it's boring if Giants are being predictable. Like, if Giants only did the predictable thing, then we'd still be with FS13. And we'd still have FS13 gameplay. Nobody could have predicted that they'd completely change up the game engine to look the way that it does now. Oh, so this deer is hella loud. Let's get the combine back on the go. Nobody could have predicted John Deere. I want 21 to be 19 in terms of the looks, but gameplay-wise, completely different. Like, I'm fine with 21 looking visually on the outside identical to 19. It needs to be gameplay focused. Better skybox. I mean, yeah, that's something that can be improved in time. Volumetric clouds, Drew, are very difficult to do. It's a new technology. It's actually really cutting edge. So I'm genuinely surprised Giants went with volumetrics. That's why the clouds look quite derpy in Farm Sim, by the way. In FS19, it's volumetric clouds. It's new technology. People aren't very good at it yet. Give it a few years and you'll get more stuff that looks like Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which does have volumetric clouds, but holy cow, do they look real. Just take some time to learn the technologies. Although the skybox could do with being like 3 shades of blue lighter. And the lightning towards the edges could do with being less exaggerated. Absolutely, Chad. I love doing mowing. That's kind of my mindless thing that I do. It's also why I tend to circle mow. I find it very relaxing to like work my way down to this small spiral in a field. Because it's just mindless work. You don't need to think about it. It's good for, in my opinion, it's good for streams as well, because I can do a whole lot of talking and not a whole lot of trying to pay attention to where I'm going driving wise. What do I think will be the big thing for 21? Seasons. Speculation, but I think seasons. Well, the problem with the farm sim clouds, Yanis, I know what the problem is, and I'm certain they'll fix it. The problem is they set the volumes to 100% constantly. If you look at seasons clouds, which work using the same method, you can see the volume isn't all 100% everywhere. It's very staggered. Especially like over there, that cloud, these clouds over here look particularly realistic. As you get towards the center of the skybox, yeah, you do get pixels, but it does look better if you vary the volumes of the clouds and increase the dispersion. I don't know what the technical terms in volumetric clouds are, but that's the way I'm going to phrase it. Seasons isn't base game, will I be disappointed? I'd be disappointed if they don't have a big thing that changes gameplay up, and that is like huge change to how Farm Sim works. There's many different ways that they could go about that. So I won't necessarily be disappointed. I would hope the Giants. The only way I'd be disappointed is like if Giants continue to focus on brands, because that's where the mistake would be, I think. The focus on brands is why a lot of people kind of wrote off FS19, because the gameplay changes weren't too big. And it was just FS17 but shiny and with John Deere, effectively. I think 21 needs to be a radical change. That's just my opinion. I'm fully entitled to have an opinion. I'm fully entitled for that opinion to be wrong. But I think there's a few different ways Giants could get 21 to be a gameplay focused game without having seasons. It's not, you know, seasons. If it was just seasons being put in, I'd count that as kind of a sticking plaster. It needs to be seasons and also other changes. You know, the animal mechanics can be expanded very easily, like what Seasons has done. Orchard farming, that would be huge if it was put in. I think it's something the Giants should look into. I know Landy's been campaigning to get orchard farming into the game. What else could be thrown in there? I mean, more styles of farming in general. Like, the style of farming that is in Farm Sim is very European, very... it's the style that most people would associate, but there's so many different styles. I'd love it if Giants put in mechanics that orchard farming was something that was really viable. Like if there was a way that you could, without using herbicides, get rid of weeds that are like more grown, whether it be mechanical method or some sort of magical machine, to make orchard farming, or not orchard, organic farming a bit more viable. I'd like to see different varieties of the same crop. Where, let's say, you can grow a variety of wheat that is much more grain focused than straw focused, or one that's much more straw focused than grain focused, and then have like the default, which is kind of in the middle, as still an option. Yeah, soil types. I don't know if soil types would be worth putting into the game. That's going into maybe too much detail. Because at the end of the day, Patrick, as much as that'd be cool, I think that's something more suited to cattle and crops, where they're going for a hardcore simulator. I think Farm Sim is better keeping it simcade, keeping it very arcadey. So there's certain things that Farm Sim is just never... Well, I'm not going to say never. Not likely to do. One of them is canola straw. Because I actually spoke to Christian, the CEO of Giants, about canola straw specifically. And because back towards the tail end of 17, there was a big campaign for canola straw to be put into Farm Sim because there was a mod. And I spoke to the CEO of Giants about it. And I kind of gave my reasons why I don't think it should be in the game. As cool as it would be, it would screw up the balance of Farm Sim, and this is something that I'm gonna wager 90% of you guys don't actually think about ever. It's like, Farm Sim at its core is a game. And with all games there has to be a balance. That's why the crop prices are the way they are. If canola straw is put in, it would either result in canola grain prices being dropped dramatically, or straw prices being dropped dramatically. Because otherwise it would throw off the balance entirely, and it would still throw off the balance because there's no way to do it correct, to do it well. That's another thing. But just in kind of a looking at it from a gameplay sense and a non-realism sense, it's a balance issue. So whenever Giants make a decision to do with a crop, and you look at it and you say that isn't very realistic, odds are the reason they made that decision is because it's the way they want to balance the game. I mean, look at how the prices now vary a lot more frequently than they used to. It's because Giants realized that everybody was just selling during great demands. It's also why great demands are so much rarer than they used to be. The way that silage works, that it's now a lot more work to get a pit full of silage compacted than it used to be, because people were just doing non-stop silage because it was the easiest way to make tons of money. Speaking of which, I do need to compact the silage pit at some point. I might take a break from harvesting to do a bit of that. So let's turn the harvester off. But yeah, if ever you wonder why Giants make certain decisions, odds are it's for gameplay reasons. And too often, I do this as well,
Too often people forget Farm Sim is, at its heart, a game and not a simulator. I don't think a true farming simulator would work very well on YouTube. It's one of the things that I think is an issue with cattle and crops, is like it takes so long to do anything in cattle and crops that I don't know if it's worth bothering with on YouTube. My call right now is it's not. Because I'd rather not do a 2-hour stream where I'm just putting slurry down and then come back the next day and be maybe a third of the way through a field. In real life, you roll a pit for hours. So good they made it longer. Yeah, I mean, some of the decisions are more realistic, but also to balance gameplay. By the way, I know that I'm just driving into a hedge or something right now. I need to refill my water. I was empty. Also, yes, I do have a 5-litre drum of water in my room. There we go. Just knock it straight down the hill here. So we'll take a short break from harvesting. I'm not going to roll for the rest of the stream because that, you know, that'll be 45 minutes of rolling the pit, but we'll definitely do some. What is the current status of the pit? 32% compacted. By the way, this Torion has better sounds than the one in the fact sheets today. Going shooting with some college mates from 2:30 to 12 Sunday morning. Sweet. I hope you enjoy. Woo. I think we actually have this clamp basically full. Torion full beast mode going up the... I mean, it is a powerful machine. Not entirely surprised that it can do this. I'm kind of impressed by the accuracy of my driving at the moment. Yeah, getting it up the ramp and then come on. Nope, she's decided that's as far up as she wants to go right now. Try and get it up without the bucket being full. Because I need to get in there to fill in that gap. There we go. Lock the diffs. I don't have any mods in that can lock the diffs. So I'm just betting on Torion going full beast mode to get up. And when in doubt, take a run up. Looks like that is full. Maybe should have put more of a ramp in, but we'll see if we can compact it more from the top. There we go. So if I can roll it down a bit, then we will have more of a workable ramp. As you can see, it's pulling out bits and working it kind of into a ramp. It's still a bit vertical, but it's looking a bit more rampy in spots. We're up to 41%. I'm wondering if we can get it up to 200% today. In like a vaguely reasonable time frame. Because this thing just goes. It's possibly a bit too powerful, but just it just wants to work. So that outside clump is not getting compacted anymore. I could pull some off the top if I wanted to. We're up to 44%. So we got what, 12% extra compaction done so far? Hey Damien, how's it going, dude? This Torian just goes. Actually, I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how well this Torian's working. Oh, I'm doing good, thank you. Just working on giving this pit a bit of compaction action. I mean, in reality I would have compacted it as I went, but this is Farm Sim, where you can just dump all of the silage in and compact one end. And it still works fine. If I can get up to, we'll say 60%, I'll call it good. And I can finish it off camera at some point. Or, like, next week. Parlez-vous anglais? No parle français? Think is how that's said? Hey, Case, my French is terrible. Please speak English. Your English cannot possibly be as bad as my French. Hashtag compaction action. I'm kind of impressed at how nice I've got the top of the pit looking. And how generally realistic the pit actually looks at the moment. Apart from, you know, this giant wad that's over here. Ramp it? It's actually too steep to ramp it properly. Like, there's a reason I'm having to go over certain bits multiple times. It's just too steep to get up. There we go, we're starting to cut through the worst of it. If I were to do a bit of a ramping pass here. Maybe isn't the greatest idea, but it's the best one I've got. In reality, the only thing I wanted from the class pack was the weights. I think that's a fair thing to want. It's fair to only really want one thing out of a DLC. I wonder if I can cheese this. 57. Still 57. Oh no! Have I just discovered how to cheese compacting a silage clamp? 57. Still 57. Okay. If we get 58, I've accidentally cheesed this. 58. Okay, there's 58. If it's still 58 after this, we've cheesed silage making. Okay, it's come back down to 57. That's kind of good. Needs more horsepower. I think it needs just a hope and a prayer. Cause I'm asking a lot of this, and I don't think it's entirely reasonable to ask as much as I'm asking. There's 60%, but it's going to go back down to 59. Barely. Right on the cusp. There's 60% again. I think we got 60% kind of locked in here. Damien, thank you very much for the €3 sticker purchase thing. I don't know how to describe that yet. YouTube is a bit weird. But hello. Pass reloader more. I mean, I just got this because it looks pretty. And it's, good clickbait. Because this is not the Torion from the DLC. This is not the Torion that was in the fact sheets today. This is a modded Torion by Smetty. Or CMT. Really high quality. but modded. I think Landy found some issues with it. But I've not looked at this in much detail. I've just got it for purposes of makes people think I've got the DLC, and that's kind of funny. 62%. Also, we got the front of the pit looking real good now. Also, my head, yes, my head could fit in the exhaust. That is an exhaust the size of a small country. And people say you can't get realistic looking silage pits in Farm Sim. You don't get them by doing realistic clamping, but you can totally get realistic looking silage pits. This is, I'm gonna be honest, this is going a lot better than I had actually expected. I was expecting some weird derpage from the game, not, you know, near perfection. With my amazing silage clamping skills on show once again to the world. We will go back and do some more harvesting in a second though, because this is starting to get a bit old. We're up to 64%. We got 30% clamped. And it looks like twice as good as it did when I started, so I'll take that as a double win. Game derping is kind of expected. Yeah, I did see somebody complaining about Destiny 2. Yeah, Destiny 2 in the what has to be one of the worst takes I have ever seen on a game. So one of the Destiny devs put on Twitter, "Hey, we've got a huge new patch coming. Please excuse any bugs. Just let us know about them. You know, it's a new game. It's a new patch. We're trying new things. There's a lot of the game code changing." And somebody thought it was a good idea to compare game development and bugs in video games to the 737 MAX incidents. Somebody thought that was a fair comparison and put it on Twitter. Now, I like video games and I like planes, and I can tell you that a hell of a lot more work goes into designing software for an airplane than goes into designing a game. And a hell of a lot more testing too. That's, yeah, Yanis, that's just like, I get that the problem behind the Max was bugs, and he's trying to... I think the point he was going for was bugs should be bad and you should do some more testing before you release stuff to the public. Good take. You know, maybe do some more QA before you release patches. Unless it's like a hotfix. Like if it's a major patch, you should really QA it before it's made public. That is a good take. Comparing it to the 737 MAX, not a good take. Hey Sam, what's up? No, not dude. Just chilling, doing some harvesting. We've done some silage clamping as well, but we got a bit bored of that. So we're back in the harvester, doing some mindless corning. Feeling a bit corny, yo. I think my perpetual take on games now is just like, could you do more QA, please? You're sitting... You're sitting in class doing nothing at all. Teacher, Sam's not paying attention. You should pay attention when you're in school, dude. You might not enjoy it, but you don't always enjoy everything in life. I mean, yeah, Yanis, that's a good take. Problem is, will they? Because they might have got complacent in what they could do with Activision. In all seriousness, if you're in school, please don't watch my streams, because you should be paying attention. I get that school is boring. I've been through school. I've sat through it. I've sat through lectures where I literally had to have a cup of coffee halfway through when I was in college because they were so dull. So dull. So, you know, oh, you're not doing anything because last day before break. I hope the teacher's not like trying to do stuff with you. But like I've sat through lectures in college that were so dull that I literally took up drinking coffee to get through them. When I went to college, I did not like coffee. Now I have a cup of coffee every morning because that's how I wake up now. But ooh, what movie? Now I'm curious. We watched yeah, actually. Good point, Mexico. It was banned on mine as well. We watched once in school Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, but with Korean subtitles because the teacher didn't know how to turn off the subtitles. So we watched an American movie set in Japan, but with Korean subtitles. Yeah, that's just the thing with history teachers, I think, because mine was the same way. Very nice woman, extremely nice lady, but she was very monotonous. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a Spider-Man. Look out! Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, Ryan. No, man, I'm fairly sure that's the Spider-Man theme. Go. By the way, Sam, do you like my John Deere? It's clearly in the correct colours. Oh, okay, legit question for you guys. Genuine question. Is it wrong that I kind of like the orange colour on the deer? Like, Am I just wrong here with my opinion? Because I do think this, like, actually looks better. Works for the highway department? No, it works for my farm. It does also come in black, and that is genuinely terrible. So I'll show you the color options this 7R has. Only one of which is good. Like, you've got green, which it's a John Deere. You've got black, which looks... I guess if you make everything else black, it might look better. And then change this to... no. Change... no, not this. Which one is the thingy? Oh, this to silver? Like, then it kind of looks okay. But then you get into the wrong colors. Or the wrong color, which is just the entirely wrong shade of green. Which, with normal John Deere colors, looks wrong. It's the wrong shade of green. Do I like John Deere? I don't hate John Deere. I used to. I don't hate John Deere. I get the John Deere thing. There's some new designs that they're toying about with that are just bad. They are unlikably bad. But, like, in terms of the 7R, I think it's quite a nice tractor. I just don't like the fascination with John Deere because it's John Deere. Like, if you're gonna have a fascination with that brand, at least let it be because of the color or whatever. Don't just let it be because of the name. Like, I love Class because I really think the lime green and white work together really well. But, there's some people who like John Deere just because it's John Deere, and that's not a good enough reason. The old school Deeres, some of the designs, old school tractors in general, some of the designs are just beautiful. It's a shame the tractors today just don't have the functionality the old ones did. Like, the old ones are function over form, like they did what they were supposed to do, and the design was kind of a secondary thing. That's why a lot of older tractors look mostly the same. But today it's like, well, we've got to make it look aerodynamic. Why? Because aesthetics. Form over function. Planned obsolescence. Yeah. Really likes to drive in real life. I've never driven a tractor in real life, so I can't be the judge of that. I go based on which ones have the prettiest colours, which I feel is the fairest way to judge all brands forever, and Class is therefore the best brand in the world. In all seriousness, I just basically for farms, I choose whichever ones look pretty, or which ones I feel fit a certain area, or fit maybe even a story I'm trying to tell with a map. I don't particularly care what brand they are, as long as they fit the area in some cases, the narrative in others. Because it's too easy to just go, well, I want to have an all John Deere farm. Why? Because John Deere. Massing case of horrible to drive. Again, like I wouldn't know what tractors are like to drive. I drove, quote unquote, a JCB 3CX, I think it was, in the mid-90s. but I was like 8 at the time. And I only had the steering wheel, so I can't really say if that was good to drive or not. You've John Deere farms, you have something to build a risk assessment for. Some are easy to drive, some are an exercise. I prefer the ones that are more of an exercise. I wouldn't want to feel like the work was too easy. Personally, I'd want to feel like I'm doing something, or that I have some input in the performance of the vehicle. I don't like. I feel like I'm the same with cars, actually. And the cars that I can... Granted, I don't have a license, I don't drive, per se. But like in Sims, I prefer cars and whatever that I've got to work to get them to do what I want. Because it's too easy to just go, turn left. Oh, I've turned left. Turn right. Oh, I've turned right. Do a 360. Oh, it won't do that because it's too stable and I've just driven into a wall. Yeah, if I want to do 360, I'm making the damn car do a 360. You want them to drive easy. Well, I'm lucky that I do this for money and not drive tractors. Even though the money I make with YouTube is hilariously bad. I'm more of a desk job kind of guy, Alex. I'm not the kind of guy that, honestly, I wouldn't want to drive for 15 hours a day. I do know that, like, the more you drive, the more you want something that just drives for you effectively. My dad, for example, swears by cars with cruise control because 90% of the driving he drives on kind of an average day 4 hours, depending on traffic. He likes having the cruise control, so he doesn't have to worry about what speed he's actually going at. He just gets up to the speed limit, whops on the cruise control, and he's good. See, Sam. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna be honest, the thing that I have the most experience driving, and this isn't necessarily good, the most driving time I have in real life is going fast in a go-kart. Which isn't necessarily something that translates well onto a road. It's also why you might notice sometimes when I'm using my wheel, my inputs are a bit weird and jerky. It's because I'm used to, like, real-life driving. I'm used to how a go-kart handles. You want to throw it into a corner. You don't want to be smooth. You want to, you know, whack it and tell it who's boss. It's also why I'm so good at counter-steering. Because, in Ireland, rain, go-kart on slick tires, not like rain. So, Kansai Drifter. I'm hoping to go go-karting again soon. Supposed to go Sunday, but that kind of got kiboshed. By my sister's rota changing at work without her knowing. So I had to run downstairs while my... So last night, it was really quite funny. So my dad dropped my sister off at work, because she was supposed to be working last night. And about 10 minutes later, 10 minutes after he left, I hear some shouting from downstairs. It's my mother. Dave, I'm going out. I'm like, okay, why are you going out? I have to pick up your sister. Well, why do you have to pick her up? She's not working tonight. Well, where's my dad? He's gone dropping her off to work. So, I went downstairs. knowing that confusion would reign supreme and the cat was in, so I had to take care of the cat, make sure it didn't cause much chaos. And when I came home, stormed into the living room because he thought my mother's car had been stolen. I was just like, she's gone picking up the sister. Why's she gone picking up the sister? She's not working. Why didn't... He'd left his phone at home, so he knew none of this. And he just walked in angry and confused, thinking the car had been stolen. All the while, I'm sat annoying the cat. Granted, the cat did get revenge today, because I left the cat in earlier. And sometimes he gets into weird moods where he decides to sit in really dumb places. And he was in that mood today, and the dumb place he decided to sit, because I was sitting down on one of the chairs in the room, kind of relaxing, just chilling out. The place he decided to sit today was my chest. I had no say in this. He just climbed up on the chair and then plonked himself down on my chest. And not wanting to get many claws in my face, I let him do it for a bit. And very slowly, very, very slowly started moving my arms that he was lying on to slide him down so that I could pick him up and throw him onto the couch where he usually sleeps. But he straight up just climbed up on me, stared me in the face, and then lay down. Because he knew he'd get attention. The git. He's a good cat, though. I complain about the cat. That's usually the one cat. I complain about him a lot, but he is a good cat. He very rarely causes trouble. He just likes sitting in dumb places. He has in the past sat on people's heads. I think there was one time where he decided to straight up lie down on my sister's shoulders. The strange things that happen in Dave's household. The truth is sometimes more bizarre than fiction. Spinning a cat climb up like, oh no, he does that when he wants his head scratched, Janice. When he's hungry and he wants his head scratched before food, he will like straight up climb up my leg. Luckily, I'm usually staring at him because I know what he's about to do. So I give him attention, he just kind of balances in the air for a bit. He's an odd cat. Hey, Steve. The funniest thing he does, though, is like when he's really relaxed, usually at night, and I walk near him, he'll usually just flip over because he wants a belly rub. He loves getting belly scritches. Oh, claws? No, ours doesn't really claw as such. He just gets a bit overexcited sometimes and does, well, I call the happy claw. You know, when cat does the thing where he does that. He sometimes does that to, like, my shoulder, but that's about as bad as it gets with him. Occasionally he tries it on my face, and he very swiftly gets shouted at. I'm doing good, Twin Cam. Just, chilling out. Kind of waiting for the stream to... Like, we will be finishing in a few minutes. I'm hoping to get the Combine full again before then. And, I'll be calling the stream fairly shortly. No stream tomorrow, because it's Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have the bit of X-Playing going. Tomorrow's plan, as I it was the plan last week, it is definitely the plan tomorrow, is I'm gonna dig out everything from under my desk and try and get it arranged in such a way that I can get my wheel set up for some Euro Truck. It'll only be Euro Truck that I'll use the wheel for. I'm kind of enjoying using the controller for Farm Sim. But I will have head tracking ready for Euro Truck as well. I need to set that up at some point during the week. If I don't have it set up by Thursday, I'll just do something else Thursday of next week and figure it out from there. Have enough room in my bedroom to put it out? Yes. I mean, I can make... The whole point is I'm making more room, so a lot of what's under there right now is getting thrown out, so... Doesn't matter if I've got enough room to put it out, it's... Will I make enough room to put some of it back? Sunday stream might not have face cam, by the way, because it might be the case that I'm not entirely finished with the whole destroying my room to make more space kind of thing that I've got planned. But I think with the combine pretty much full, we're gonna call it here. Oh, the combine's not entirely full, but meh. I care not enough. Need space for a new rig and desk. I just need more space. I don't need space for anything, I just want more space in here. And I've been a bit lax on actually throwing things out for a while. So I want to make more space. But that is going to do for today, guys. I'll be back Sunday with some Explain. If you want Farm Sim, I'll be back Monday with multiplayer. Until then, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to say before I finish up the stream? I'm working on that, on my health, Steve. Doing more healthy things, like drinking water instead of Coke or Pepsi, which I've not had Pepsi in like 2 weeks now. And I feel much better for it. I'm pretty sure I've lost some weight because I've stopped drinking Pepsi. But that is going to do it for today. I'll be back Sunday. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.